Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And boy, oh boy, do I have another juicy story for you guys today. And if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure you support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. Puts a smile on my face and helps me out a ton. And the question of today is, if Bitcoin goes to 10k plus or XRP goes above 25 cents again, are you selling? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm interested to see your ideas and opinions on that. If you don't hold any of these coins, just explain it down below. I'm interested in seeing what you guys think. Now, I just read through and actually watched through an interview of Max Kaiser, and the title of this article reads, Interview with Max Kaiser, Bitcoin price of between $400,000 and $500,000 per coin is the most likely scenario. And I'm quite bamboozled that I wasted my time on this. So, the most important quote out of everything is this: I love gold and silver as safe havens and as stores of value. And I agree with Paul Tudor Jones, who is a billionaire who recently went pretty bullish on Bitcoin. However, he only bought Bitcoin futures. Who recently said that he likes Bitcoin because it's the fastest horse in the race. And what he means by that is that as Bitcoin's market cap approaches the market cap of gold, the price appreciation for Bitcoin will be much faster than that of gold. So for every dollar in gold price appreciation, you're going to see $25 to $30 in Bitcoin. And so they're basically in the same category of assurance against the central bank and Wall Street bank malfeasance. It's an ideal environment for both gold and Bitcoin, but in particular Bitcoin. So I went to check through the video, and basically the 400,000 slash 500,000 idea is kind of based upon nothing, and I would probably not even take it too seriously ever if somebody were to give me such a prediction, because basically what all these guys are saying is, at least a lot of them are, and that's saying, all right, so there's a certain amount of market cap that we could go to, with the idea that we will take a certain percentage of this store of value. For example, if we were to take over gold's market cap for a part, or if we were to expand and more people would really start to use Bitcoin as a store of value and whatnot, we could get to these types of values. However, getting to $400,000 per coin, I don't even know what the exact market cap would be. You can just do the maths really quickly on your own, behind your computer or phone right now. I can't when recording, but you know, I really don't necessarily see how anybody could ever with any certainty say that without just guessing a random number. And that's why, I mean, you're looking at it now, you're like, all right, you're saying $400,000 to $500,000. You know how much of a difference that makes? $400,000 and $500,000. That's $100,000 that he's just taking it rough there. He's just like, you know what? It's gonna be either this or $100,000 more or less. It's a lot of money if you think about it as well. So it's a pretty big and vague guess if you think about it. Report: Ethereum users switch to XRP as a medium of exchange. Now, recently we've seen a couple of analysts come out and state that Ethereum users and even Bitcoin users are switching over. Now, one of the main issues that we've been seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum is the bottlenecking or the congestion. And one of the fixes, I guess, for Ethereum would be Ethereum 2.0, which is kind of infinitely delayed. I mean, apparently it's going to come out in Q3. That's at least what Vitalik, I think, updated, because earlier there was some talks about July, however, never confirmed, yada, yada, yada. Q3 is when we'll get some more updates. However, it's always a slow progress, and thus is just another waiting game. We'll see if they actually get this done. It's crazy to me that we're already close to Q3, by the way. I mean, time is flying. We're halfway through May already. It just feels like we just started the year. That's also kind of insane if you think about it. But yeah, a lot of people have been switching over from those coins to XRP just because the issues are there with Bitcoin and with Ethereum. And realistically speaking here, out of the top 3 coins, the most easy to transact with is XRP. There's just no going above or below it. It's really just the simplest and most efficient out of the top here. So I don't find it strange as well that that's been happening. The crypto poet says Ripple partner International Money Express IMXE is up plus 30% for the month. International Money Express, and you can see here, this is a little bit earlier, a couple months ago. This IMXI, a leading money remittance service company focused on primarily on the Latin America and Caribbean corridor, announced today that it has partnered with Ripple, a provider of leading enterprise blockchain solutions for global payments. The partnership will enable Intermex to utilize Ripple's on-demand liquidity (ODL) product through RippleNet, the company's global network of financial institutions that sends money globally, instantly, and reliably for fractions of a penny. And I'm kind of wondering when reading this, is like, is there incentivized growth here with XRP? Like, I know the sales have deteriorated like crazy, but that still makes me wonder if they have some, like XRP out of themselves that they didn't take in from the, from the escrow, but that they just had, that they've been paying MoneyGram, for example. Have they also been paying them, to get this all more bloomy, or what's been going on? Why is it doing that good? I mean, 30% in a month is kind of MoneyGram numbers if you think about it. So that's kind of crazy. And I'm wondering, but I don't know if there's any way to really check it. The Crypto Candy says, the thing is, people will buy XRP at $1 because it's going to $10. If you disagree with me, you should see a psychiatrist. And I would say don't necessarily go see a psychiatrist if you don't agree. However, take this into consideration. Whatever price you're thinking XRP is going to go to, or you're thinking about selling XRP at, think about the fact that you're selling and you actually being able to sell it means that somebody else is buying it. It means that somebody else is willing to take this bet, is willing to undergo all this speculation again and say that the price is going to be going up. So basically, you and another random person in the world are betting against each other. You're saying, well, the price is going to go down from here. I've lost my faith, or I think something bad is going to happen. The other person's like, yeah, you know what, buddy? Screw you. I think it's going to go up. Bullish. And that's a fun fact when we're talking about $1 and whatnot. Well, historically speaking, we know $1 is not an unachievable mark. That's for one. We've crossed $3 before. But also, I think there's going to be so much demand for XRP, even if it's at $1, even if it's at again, $2 and something like that. I definitely think it's not even going to be a difficult one to answer. And that's something you should take into consideration as well. I think these people who speculate, and then I'm talking about solely speculate, I don't think they'll be done speculating until, a really kind of crazy, uncomfortable price for XRP. And then I'm talking about, let's say, for example, closer to the $10 range. That's when you're going to see people, wonder about their investment again and go really crazy. But for the first $2, I would say it's not even going to be that big of a deal. I think it's just going to all go really, really simply if we ever get there again. And what is that based upon? Well, it's kind of based upon how easy the levels were to get. That's one thing. And also what I've just seen and kind of my own psychological analysis, or whatever I can call it, from how I've been reading the people and what everybody's been telling me, kind of a feedback driven conclusion. XRP Colt 589, very interesting name, definitely so. He says, boom, hold your XRP community, it's coming sooner than you think. Then written, I think it's with an A, right? Whatever, doesn't matter. XRP the standard for remittances 24/7, 365. And basically is just a little bit of a better outlook at one of the things I showed you guys earlier, which was I don't even know the exact name, Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection. In addition, the Bureau is increasing a safe harbor threshold in the rule related to whether a person makes remittance transfers in the normal course of its business. Financial rule effective July 21st. But more importantly, let's see this one. Continued growth of fintech non-bank remittance transfers, credit unions, which allow such entities to tap into the closed network payment system that non-bank remittance transfer providers have developed. Yes, and the continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payment messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a virtual currency XRP, which can be used to affect settlement of those transfers. Well, Basically, those two things were not important on its own. However, with what we learned earlier, I think it's really amazing to have an official file on this consumer finance situation we read up about earlier. First off, we only had the article, and I looked, but I couldn't find the exact source. But now I think this is an official one. And again, I don't think these two screenshots on their own are really that valuable. However, it's cool to have the whole document so we can get the full picture about it all. So it's a very, very great share. I like that. Let me quickly give it a like. Should I retweet it? Yeah, let's retweet it as well. Digibyte CEO steps down and DGB tanks. Digibyte founder Jared Tate announced he is leaving over the weekend. Upon leaving, he took a dig at the culture in the crypto world, citing greed as one of the main reasons. To quote, all 90% of the people care for is cashing out when a coin moons. It's a primal force, I get that. But every day I see this tech being used to enrich the few at the expense of the long-term good of the many. He also said, or actually, in a series of tweets, he explained his reason for leaving in more detail. He said he needed some time off social media and he was leaving to have a well earned sabbatical. To quote, deleting Twitter to focus mental energy and time on something innovative without Digibyte is what I encourage everyone to do this summer, or maybe with, actually. So to do something innovative with Digibyte, yeah. 3 days without any social media on my phone, and I haven't been happier. There is a beautiful life and world outside of here. Kind of wondering if he's only going to be leaving for the weekend, if that was the whole idea here, because he's saying, deleting Twitter, which is making me think it's permanent. However, 3 days without social media, I think he means to say he's been 3 days, but it could also be he's done it before and he's trying to do it again. Every time he does 3 days, he won't be happier, so he's doing it again for a couple days. However, I think it is permanent. I think he wants to get away from Twitter, and I think Digibyte is not going to respond well to all of that. Too bad. Investor Tuur de Meester reveals why Bitcoin is likely to start another parabolic price rally. Tuur de Meester believes that Bitcoin is about to end a reaccumulation phase that will be followed by another bull run. Yet another golden cross holding Bitcoin until 2040. Stupid stuff, don't get too far into it. Basically, the point you gotta watch is $10,000, and if you're interested in more, just type in support and resistance Bitcoin or something like that. You'll just see the strongest supports and resistances that Bitcoin is facing at this point, and really that's all you're gonna need. If we cross one of them, you'll notice soon enough. But basically it's just $10,000, $10,000, $10,000. So what you got to be waiting for here. Golden cross this, golden cross that. It's a 63 or whatever % accuracy on the golden cross. However, again, that's still a 60% chance. So it's not a given. It's a possibility. And even these golden cross that most people refer to nowadays are not the proper ones. They're like less strong. And then again, the likelihood of something really good, or maybe the probability of something really, really good happening to Bitcoin is also a lot lower in that way again. Investors need to be careful about Bitcoin's uptrend because of these factors. Again, I think this is kind of nonsense, as you should never really be worried about Bitcoin's price over the long term. However, maybe you should be worried about this short-term uptrend indeed. Bitcoin attempted to push above 10K yesterday evening, but was once again met with a significant amount of selling pressure that subsequently led it lower. The benchmark crypto is now once again caught within a bout of sideways trading within the mid 9,000 region, and analysts are warning investors against getting too excited about this latest uptrend, as there are a few factors that suggest it could see further downside in the weeks ahead. Well, I think basically one of the most important ones here is actually that we're being rejected from 10K, and now especially since it wasn't only once but now twice or possibly even more times, it could state again that we're just not ready for it all, and we might fall further down from that. However, it's not a given. Once more, it could also be the bulls are just trying their best to trying to get all their their solid groundworks in right around 9 point whatever $1,000 the nearest support is at right now. Getting as much in as they can, getting a very, very solid base, and then building up from there. A lot of things could be happening right now. A lot of things are good, a lot of things are bad. But basically, the only thing and I know for certain is that if we go above 10K, it's going to be a freaking crazy time. And once we get above there, you'll notice. And most likely it's going to be a good time. Most likely it's going to be another opportunity to get a long going. And again, that's why I've always been saying there's a lot of people right now just trying to get their buys in just under $10,000, but they're afraid, because we all know if we don't cross $10,000, yeah, we're not going to go do well, most likely not, right? But if we're actually at $10,000 itself, yeah, there's going to be a lot of speculators who will want to buy just at $10,000 or just above, because if it does break through 10,000, it will most likely get a little bit of a rise going, and people want to be part of that, right? So that's why I'm saying if 10,000 gets breached, it would just most likely, because of that idea alone as well, go even further. However, getting there is really difficult because a lot of people are speculating against that as well. They're like, all right, if we don't cross 10K and if we just break it down once more, we're most likely going to see a big fall, which is again the big twist you're seeing right now happening as we speak, which is causing this disruption. But whatever, it will fix itself in the longer run, so we'll all be good. Thank you guys all for watching this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. See you guys again in another crypto video. Take care.